What would you visit in Paris if you are a fashion lover? You would visit 3 museums, la Galerie Dior, le Musée Yves Saint Laurent, and the Palais Galliera. And you would visit 3 different districts, le Triangle d'Or, le Marais, and le Quartier Saint-Sulpice. Bonjour, my name is Blandine, and for almost 80% of my life I've lived in or around Paris. And my goal today is to give you as many tips and information as possible so you can plan your trip in advance if you are a fashion lover. A fun fact. At the beginning of my working life, I started in fashion at Christian Lacroix, LVMH, and one day at the party I had to get up and give my seat to Madonna. So let's dive in. To see beautiful haute couture dresses, you would go to le Musée Christian Dior, and it's called La Galerie Dior. Not only will you see beautiful dresses, but you would also learn how Christian Dior became a fashion creator, and you would also see his studio, you would see his office. Beside the dresses, you would understand that Christian Dior was for a long time a gallerist and an illustrator before being a creator. It took him a very long time to be well-renowned and famous, and the success was almost overnight, I would say, after the Second World War in 1947 with the new look. You will also understand why Christian Dior was as much keen to flowers on his outfits, and spoiler alert, it comes from the fact that his parents' company was a fertilizer production company. From 1947 until 1957, when he died, Christian Dior was very famous all over the world. And guess who was his assistant at that time? Yves Saint Laurent himself. And the next museum you would want to visit is le Musée Yves Saint Laurent. Yves Saint Laurent was a designer in the 60s and 70s, and in the museum you will see his studio, you will understand his creative process, which I love, and you will understand how he draw inspiration from books and from travels. And while Coco Chanel was the one who freed body for women, Yves Saint Laurent empowered women through their outfits. So he transformed the man outfit into woman shapes. For instance, the tuxedo, for instance, the sapphire jacket, for instance, and of course, the tailored jacket and the peacoat jacket. You will discover that Yves Saint Laurent was a big fan of painters and that he anchored his creations in classical shape and historic background. And next you have le Palais Galliera, which is also a museum here in Paris dedicated to fashion. But here you would have a whole history background, and it's very interesting to see where we come from. And at the Palais Galliera, usually the exhibitions shows you more of historical pieces. Now, lucky you, all these three museums are in a 15 minutes walk from one another. And bonus museum, you would also want to visit the MAD Museum. MAD stands for Musée des Arts Décoratifs, and usually you would find a very big exhibition, and on the permanent collection you would find also a small gallery which is dedicated to the history of jewelry, and it's an incredible little room. You would like to see this room. Another bonus museum would be le Musée Fragonard, which is a very small museum, but it will give you the background of perfume, the history and the process, and it's very interesting. It's very small, it's free, but it's a nice place. Now let's talk about the best district to visit if you are a fashion lover. You would like to go to Le Triangle d'Or, which is between the Champs-Élysées, l'avenue Montaigne et l'avenue Georges V. And you would find beautiful stores and beautiful windows. In le quartier Saint-Sulpice, the Saint-Sulpice district, near Le Bon Marché, around Le Bon Marché, you would find what I would call the more bobo chic vibes. It's more casual, it's more everyday life, but I love it. It's still, in this area, you want to visit the Hermès store. The Hermès store is next to the Lutetia Hotel, and it's a very beautiful place because it has been built in the former swimming pool of the hotel. Well, I hope these informations will be useful to you. Paris is a great city for the fashion historical background, and there are so many beautiful creations to discover. Enjoy Paris!